Assalamu alaikum. Villarreal, nil, and Real Madrid, 2. This game, I'm happy. Yes, we struggled. And yes, we were not creative. And yes, there's a lot of downside to the way we played. But at the same time, this is Villarreal, right? We are expected to win, obviously. That's not what I'm trying to say. But with the recent performance that we've been having, besides the big wins that we've been getting, and that huge, low point that we had at the end of Xabi Alonso's stint with us, I feel like I'm okay with the way we won this game. And there's multiple reasons, but kind of to sum it up for you guys, the reason why I'm really happy that Real Madrid got a win, especially is the way that we got it, is because Villarreal is number 3 and they're right below us. And the thing is that if they were to win, it was going to drop our confidence majorly, right? We were going to drop form. I feel like social media is gonna go crazy. The media in the Spanish league is gonna go crazy. The media everywhere around the world is gonna go crazy if we did lose this game. And especially with the fact that we were 1 point away from Barcelona and now we're number 1, I feel like we had a lot of pressure heading into this game. We had a couple of players who were not on their top forms, a couple of players who were having high expectations in this match, and we got the win. And what can you say besides good job, Real Madrid? We actually did good. And for a team like Villarreal, who are, like I said, I've been saying it, they are in top form, and it's not like we bypassed them easily. We did do better than them in some aspects, but we were supposed to do better than them in every aspect and majority of the game. Before I get into the bad, I'd say let's talk about the good. I usually talk about the bad and go into the good, but I do want to talk about the good. And the first and most important part is the way we held the ball more than them, and we were trying to create more chances than them. By the way, just a little disclaimer. I can't really speak, right? Especially when I'm tired. Today's Saturday, right? I don't work or anything, but I never rest. I was out almost all day. Even this game, I watched the entire 90 minutes while I'm outside, either driving, well, not driving and watching, but I'm driving and I'm listening to the game. As soon as I stop, I would watch the game. And I've been busy, right? So my brain is just all over the place, and I just came back, settled down a bit, then I got straight into recording. Anyways, Real Madrid today, they were creating more chances than Villarreal, and I felt like Villarreal were, obviously they were playing the low block. Any team that plays against Real Madrid, any European giant, they do play the low block. And this team, even though they were playing it, we did create a lot of threatening chances. There were chances where I felt like we could have made it. For example, Mbappé on the fast break no, it was not a fast break. It was a pass by Camavinga. And Mbappé, I think he didn't have a good touch on it. That should have been a good finish. There was moments where Bellingham missed it, Arda missing a shot, Vinicius Jr. with his left foot. So there was a lot of opportunities that I feel like we created, and we should have finished it. That's the downside of it. But for the most part, we were putting pressure on Villarreal. And that's the second good thing that I saw about Real Madrid, is that we were pressing. Not the entire thing, if I have to be honest, but we were pressing, right? We were putting pressure on them. We saw Vinicius putting pressure. We saw Mbappe putting pressure. We saw Arda, Masantuano, always these young guys putting in pressure. And that was a good thing, right? The only bad thing, like I said, is that we didn't do it the whole entire match, and that's something that we do need to work on, because I felt like once we were up 1-0, and then towards the end of the second half, or maybe not even the end, but probably the last 30 minutes, that's where you expect the teams to kind of pick up the pace and where they want to score and make a comeback. And for us, Real Madrid players, they really settle down a little bit, and that is not something that you should do, even though commentators were saying it, even, based off people who watch their tactics and the way Real Madrid play. You guys all see it, right? Real Madrid kind of simmer down, their energy drops low, and they don't want to chase the ball more. Compared to other teams like PSG, Bayern, Barca, Arsenal. Well, I don't know if I want to mention Arsenal, but those other teams where even though they got goals, they want more and more and more goals. And that's something that has to come with Real Madrid. But at the same time, we don't have that capability of doing it, because then there's a risk of us conceding a goal. For example, this match, right? They shot eight shots and they had 2 big chances missed. And Villarreal, like I said, they had their opportunities, but not as much as we did, which is something that's a good thing, right? Villarreal scared us with a bunch of corners. Like I said, our weakness is still corners, set pieces, crosses into the box. And I'm sure all Real Madrid fan can relate to this. As soon as the ball goes flying from one side into the box, Your heart just drops. I lost my train of thought. Somebody just walked into my room. But anyways, overall, we see that Vinicius, for example, he was honestly playing pretty good. And I don't know who got the man of the match. Let's go check it out. The highest rating is Mbappe. Yeah, it makes sense. It's Mbappe, right? He got a brace for himself. But Bellingham, for example, was playing good. Arda had a good game with his passing. Mbappe. Who else? In the back, in my opinion, I don't know how Dean Huijsen got the better rating, but I think it was Asensio. But I think what dropped Asensio's rating was that one slip that he had, which almost led to Villarreal scoring. And anybody saying it's a handball, it's not. He was falling. Relax, all right? It's not a handball. And people were like, I bet you. I didn't see this, but I bet you people are going to cling on to that saying, oh, that Real Madrid robbed, whatever. Relax. All right, relax. Drink water. Relax. Once again, lost my train of thought again. Somebody just spoke to me and I don't know what I was saying. But something that I didn't want to touch base on is Mbappe's impact on the team. Now, if you look at Mbappe, yes, I know one of them is a penalty. The thing is that with Mbappe, right, people are trying to say get Mbappe out of the team. Mbappe is the one that ruined the chemistry. We were doing so good without Mbappe. I see Mbappe as being an important player for us. The thing is that what was different in this game is that Mbappe, right? Obviously, he's our main pen taker. I think he's the best penalty taker in the world, or one of the best. He is going to be taking our penalties. So that's how he got his first goal. His second goal came from a mistake from a goalie or a mistake from a defender, I believe. And the thing is that what I want to say is that Mbappe is not ruining the team's chemistry, in my opinion. That's what I think. Maybe he had to do something, like I said, with Xabi Alonso, whatever it may be. But my point is that this game, if you guys watched it, anybody could have scored this game the way they were passing the ball a lot. It was not like the end point had to be Mbappe. If you guys looked at maybe under Xabi Alonso where most of the ball had to go through Mbappe or to Mbappe, you guys can see it now compared to now. But the thing is that I think that Arbeloa, the way his tactics are, is he's giving them this free form of doing things, but I think that he is letting them stay in a position, you know? Like, obviously, he's going to pick the starters, he's going to pick the subs, he's going to pick who comes off, who comes on, right? But I'm saying the way we saw Xabi Alonso, he had a tactic, he had a system, he wanted the players to play it. Arbeloa is like, okay, do what you guys want, but, you know, once we're on defense, you guys are going to do this. Once we're on offense, we're going to do this. So I think he focuses more on formation, more on pressing together, not pressing together. But he's not going to tell them, okay, when this player runs this way, this player, you know, there's no, like, actual tactics. And that reminds me of Carlo Ancelotti, which is why we see the 23-24 season being a success. Because of the way Vinicius was just all around, Rodrigo was all around, and then we saw Bellingham sticking down in the middle. It was just like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's a unique form. But at the same time, this game, Mbappe wasn't the main force. Obviously, he won us those 2 goals, but it wasn't like the ball was played to him, like directly. And now, speaking about the table, we are up by 2 points, right? Barcelona can obviously take over, but we do need Barcelona to lose tomorrow. They're going up against Real Oviedo. We beat them already. I believe Barcelona beat them already. If not, then this is their first time. I don't know. I kind of forgot. But we do need them to lose, and we need to take over La Liga again. And then, there's that huge gap between third and second place. We beat Villarreal, or else they were going to close the gap on us. And I'm honestly happy. I'm happy that we won this game. I'm not upset compared to the other match reviews that I've been really upset about. I'm happy about this team so far. We've been getting our wins, right? Obviously, that horrible loss in Copa del Rey, and we drew against, I forgot what team it was. We honestly have to try to rely on Arbeloa, right? And this is not me saying that I fully trust him, because I don't know if he's going to even stay for that long. But what I want to say is that he's our manager now, and we have to trust him, right? He got us these 3 wins recently, and, arguably he could keep us at number 1 if Barcelona loses tomorrow. So things are looking good for Arbeloa. But, obviously there's these little concerns in terms of, like, players playing for the badge, in terms of player running, pressing, right? Because especially in this game where we pressed together at moments, there were moments where it was just only a couple players pressing and then the rest were just walking around. And that is not okay. Our midfield being wide open. I had one moment in the game where it was wide open and somebody took that shot. Pretty scary. But that is a risk that Real Madrid cannot take, and that's what I mean by, like, we have to play as a team, press as a team, defend as a team, do things as a team. Like, whatever this player is doing, all the other 10 players have to do the same thing. And next week, let's see who we got. Actually, our next game is Benfica. And look, even though they're not doing that good in the UCL, it is still very dangerous. Benfica, you guys know them. You know they're a known team, and we've seen them last year's Champions League. So Benfica, especially against Real Madrid, where any team can score on us recently, what I've been seeing, we have to be very careful approaching this. And like I said, this team is going to play with high pressing, high intensity. I promise you that we are going to see that in this game from Benfica if Real Madrid doesn't let the game be played through them. If Real Madrid controls the tempo, the tenacity, the momentum, the possession, everything is going to go right. But what it comes down to the mindset of the players and the mindset of the managers. And we just got to wait and see. Like, this is a 50-50 match for me. But if I had to say who is going to win, obviously I'm going to say Real Madrid because I love Real Madrid and I want them to win. Benfica still has a chance to win, though, or at the very least draw. So let's hope for the win. Let's finish in the top 8 because next week is going to, or this week, Wednesday, every single UCL match is going to be played on the same day. So let's just hope that Real Madrid sticks to the top 8 at the end. But let me know what you guys think about this game. Were you guys surprised that we won? Like I said, I expected us to do good. I expected us to struggle, which is why I'm not that disappointed. And I'm happy that we won. I thought we were going to either draw because, like I said, I'm not really that confident. I'm not that confident. I need to see results consistently, and then I'm going to be confident and come back. Like if you guys saw in the beginning of the season, the way I was making my videos, completely different than how I'm making them now in terms of like energy, in terms of how I was talking. So let me know what you guys think about this game. Let me know if there's any specific moment that sticks with you. Put it in the comments below, and I'll be responding to every single one of them. Thank you for those who come back and watch my videos. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for those who follow me and subscribe here and other socials. If you guys are not doing that, make sure you follow all the other social media at Riyal Roots. And obviously, make sure you subscribe to this channel. It's free, right? You don't have to pay anything. It doesn't harm you. It doesn't harm anybody. It just shows me love. And until then, Assalamu alaikum.